It's the Spin Market Report. Here's your host, Peter Stockdale.
Thanks, Mackenzie. We're sitting down with Spin Market's owner, Cheryl O'Hern, today, and we are talking Buster's Bash. Buster's Bash. I got to just ask right away, who's Buster?
Well, this is Buster.
Buster
Buster the Bulldog. And there's a whole story behind this. And we're celebrating not only Buster, but we're celebrating anything digital with our open house and ribbon cutting and fun for family block party on June 13th.
Oh, nice. So that's Thursday, June 13th. You're going to have a nice little block party, a ribbon cutting, all sorts of goodies. What got you thinking you wanted to do something like this, like a ribbon cutting? Haven't you been open for a while?
Well, we have. We actually started the business in 2012 and have just since 2012, over the last 12 years, just really changed a lot as the digital world has changed as well. So it's time to celebrate and really talk about what Spin Market is all about, tell everybody. And as we all know, we're all crazy here at this company.
What are you talking about, Cheryl? I mean, none of us are crazy.
Speak for yourself.
Whoa, you guys, I'm getting ganged up on here. But yeah, we're all crazy here. And so we don't do anything normal.
And we kind of like redid the whole entire office here about what it's been like 2 years now, I believe. New paint, all that stuff. So it's a completely different office when I started to where it is now. So
and a lot of new people.
Oh, yes. It's changed quite a bit. And what am I on year 4 of working here? And
yeah, started with Iowa Central.
Yeah.
And came up all the way up the ranks.
Yeah, we added on to it with the other side. And I mean, it's just crazy how much things have changed if you look back on it.
And we can't tell everybody all about that. We need to have them come in and experience it along with it. So that's why we're having our bash, our Buster Bash, after our famous bulldog, and we'll talk more about that as well. But we don't do anything normal. So if we're gonna do a ribbon cutting, let's blow it up and let's bring in some of our clients. Let's bring in some of our businesses we work with in the community, and let's make it family friendly. And so that's exactly what Buster's Bash is.
Yeah, we have a lot of events and a lot of people showing up to support us, and starting with a lot of clients, and then we kind of expanded out a little bit from there with a couple more. But do you want to tell us about a couple of them that are going to be there?
Well, let's we're going to have the police department and the fire department.
Nice.
Here, they always bring a big crowd on it. So
for sure.
We're going to have them here. We'll have North Central Occupational Health Clinic here. They've got they've got cotton candy. I think they're going to do.
Yeah, I think it was cotton candy that they're doing, but and then we're going to have a bouncy house.
Bouncy house, that's from Childhood Discovery is going to be doing that. We also have food. You got to have food,
of course.
So we have Fort Dodge Fiber is doing popsicles. We have Miss Casey's Donut Delights.
Woo!
Yes, and Artie Mays as well. That'll be here. What other food do we have?
Artie Mays, yeah. I think that's we might have a couple like small things throughout there, but obviously River Hops will be open, so Brass Monkey will be open,
and minnow races.
Yeah. I mean,
that's Cheryl's
really
part.
Excited about that. She's gonna be over there gambling or something. I don't know.
I've yet to witness this, but we'll see what happens.
As everybody can tell so far in the short amount of time on this podcast, nothing will be normal that day on the 13th, Thursday the 13th.
Yeah. And I forgot to mention.
I just realized, thank God we didn't do it on Friday.
Well, that would have been Friday the 14th.
Well, I know, but 13th if it happened to be on. Anyway, okay. I digress, which is normal, right?
And I forgot, too, that we're also having live music.
Live music,
nice.
Yes. And then as soon as from 4 till 7, we have live music that's there. And, of course, everything's free. There's no cost for anybody. Just bring your kids, have some fun, have them do some chalk on the sidewalk, some chalk painting. We have a selfie booth.
Yeah,
as well. That'll be there. And each of the vendors has a different kind of a game to play. So just all kinds of fun stuff. And talk to the police, talk to the fire department, talk to all of the different businesses and learn more about our community. Because as we tell everybody, as your business grows, so does your community. And that's what we're seeing here with Spin. We've grown immensely over the last even 4 years, working with our clients and helping them grow. And as all of us work together, we just improve our community and make it a delightful Dodge.
Well, it's pretty obvious to me that the ribbon cutting that's going to be going on here is going to be a lot different than a ribbon cutting that you would see at, most other businesses, I guess. It's not just going to be people in suits with a big gold pair of scissors going ka-chunk, and then everybody takes a picture and goes home, That's
right.
Is it like a networking thing? Is it just because it's who you are? Like, why go to these lengths for this?
Because we wanted to make it fun. We want to make it memorable. We want to make it totally different. We want to make it, if you're just driving by on First Avenue North or on Central Avenue, you're going to be looking because the whole block is going to be cut off.
Nice.
So there's not any traffic that'll be on our block, and you're going to see, hopefully, 200-300 people walking around and playing, and kids yelling and music playing, and just a very festive way to spend an evening.
Nice. I remember you mentioning that this is kind of a thing because the company's been expanding and it's getting a little bigger, and it's finally time, we need to do this. You have a little bit of rebranding that kind of went on. You got new logos and stuff like that. Let's talk a little bit about that. We got some logo and website people in the office hanging out with us right here, producer Caleb and co-host Mackenzie.
Sure. Well, as always, they come up to me and say, okay, we think we need to change the logo. And I go, okay, do it. And everybody's going, oh, she's willing to change the logo? Let's hurry up and embrace this. We need to hurry.
We spent probably 3 weeks before we ever came and talked to you going, should we bring it up to Cheryl?
Yeah.
What's she going to think about it?
I'm not going to lie. I think when I first started, I was like, I don't like the logo. I don't know why. But how do you bring that up to somebody that you just met and be like, no.
But you did. And so, we have a new logo, just a lot of new stuff. And we want to tell everybody about it and have them ask us. So you brought up about networking. That's what we do. We're a networker. You can't find anybody that networks more than what I do.
That's for sure. Every single person that comes through the door, it's just it's like who's coming in before they even come in the door. It's pretty wild. It's probably by appointment, but hey, that's besides the point.
There's always a connection somewhere.
So I got to ask you then this. This is always just something that kind of intrigued me because since I've been here, you obviously have a lot of passion for what you do. What got you into marketing?
Well, I've worked for 4 different Fortune 500 companies over the last couple years.
Woo.
Yeah, a little bit more than a couple.
Ed
is
bragging over here.
Anyway, and have always really been in marketing and sales and management for those companies, and really see the need for small to medium businesses to have somebody to help them, to back them, to show them what they need to do, not only in the marketing world, but I try to be very active in economic development and projects going on so that I can, and our team can talk about what's going, potentially what's maybe going on, or as well as keep them up to date as what's going on. So it's a whole idea of growing a community. And I think that's probably the best way to talk about why I got into marketing. It's because we're growing a community, we're growing businesses, and as they grow, so does a community.
I think you brought up a good point where you said you work for some bigger companies, Fortune 500 companies. You could obviously see that there's some marketing dollars being spent there and how it impacted the companies, but not every company has, $80,000 to make a website or something wild like that or whatever. So that's kind of where you decided you're going to come in. We're going to meet in the middle. We're going to help these small and middle-sized companies and help them achieve their goals. And I think that's honestly, it's noble, but it's also, there's such a need for it in places like this too.
We spend a large amount of our time just educating clients on what digital is and incorporating traditional with digital as well. So, understanding what's all involved in the marketing world, understanding how to use their dollars in the best way. And that's why we became a SaaS, which is a software as a service company. I don't think everybody realizes that no matter what you do digitally, there's a software component behind it. A website, there's a software component. A podcast, there's a software component behind it. Facebook, all of those, there's some type of software there. And because we have over 400 software products to provide clients, we can really show them what is appropriate for their business and how they can use it in the best interest at a cost point that's something they can use. They may have bells and whistles on that software that they were looking at, and the price point's higher, but they're never going to use those bells and whistles that are there. Let's find something that is more within their budget and show them how they can really use it and document and really pull the data out there and find out who your market really is. It's not unusual for a client to say, well, everybody's my market. That's not true. It's not. You can think that all you want, but it's not. So we need to target who your market really is so that you get the best bang for your buck.
And we talk about it a lot in our day-to-day and stuff. A lot of what we do is education. That's like 50% of our job, I feel like, is educating our clients on different things so they understand what we're doing. And it's not just, hey, we just did this and pay us now. It's, hey, this is what we did, this is why we did it, and this is how it affected you.
Right. And in a way that they can physically see it.
Yeah.
Not only saying, oh, well, we know it worked because we have X number of subscribers. No, that's not how you find out if it worked or not. It's who actually went there, who clicked it, who went there, how they went there, what time they went there, how long they spent there, and then retargeting them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And understanding it's a full circle, and that each of the marketing components that you use has a specific need or a specific area that you're addressing. It might be branding, and it might be lead generating or whatever, but understanding that and using it efficiently across all the different markets.
And we talk about it comes down to even like the simplest of using the correct terms.
Yes.
We like to use the dentist one as an example all the time. But I think that one's an effective example of what we're talking about with using, common terms over, what is it called? Like the dental. Yeah. Yeah. Like the scientific version of the word. So what is it? It's periodontal disease?
Yeah. Periodontal. They'll say, you're working on a website, and of course we're always thinking about SEO, search engine optimization, how somebody's going to find you on that website, the content, how it's going to be written, as well as how it looks. That all has to go together. And you'll have a dentist say, well, it needs to say periodontal. Okay. How many of you that are listening today know what periodontal is?
That's a dinosaur, right?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be a dinosaur. It's a dental terminology. And really if you were somebody, a potential patient, you're going to type in gum disease. Mm-hmm. And where you may have periodontal somewhere in the content of it, but you need to make sure that your search engine optimization, your SEO, your keyword, your phrase, whatever, has gum disease in there, because that's what the average person is going to type in when they're searching for your service.
That makes so much sense, though. Like, if you spend so much time in any profession, you're going to kind of lose touch with what the common person will see about that. And I mean, talk about educating not just clients, but I came in here and it was just like, okay, marketing company, you make websites, you make graphics, maybe you make some flyers. It's all pretty basic stuff. And then about 2 days in, I was just like, holy cow, you guys do so much more than just that here. And the learning curve is still steep. I'm still learning stuff. I'm still way behind the 8 ball on this one, but it's wild to see how much you guys actually do here, or we, I guess, because I work here too.
Exactly. And that's where a lot of times we can come in and take over a marketing program for a company, or sometimes they just hire us as a fractional CMO, where we're coming in and we have a new set of eyes. We have data, we have information. We can go and pull up information on your competitors and find out more about them, how they're marketing. We can even find out what they spend on their marketing. There's ways to do it. And get that information for you so that you can do a better job on your job. So it's when people say, what do you do? It almost gets overwhelming when we start talking about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, let's start talking about just some of the basic product offerings that you do have, because I mean, like I said, it's like, well, you do graphic design, web design, and some other marketing-y kind of stuff, but it actually is a lot deeper than that.
Oh yeah, exactly. And that's where we also bring in, like I said, talking about the data software, so that with every business, especially small and medium business, you are so entrenched in it. It's your baby on there. And I use that, I have an example of that. My daughter, when she was going to UNI, started working for Scratch Cupcakery
Oh, cool.
when it was nothing, basically. And the owner had a meeting to show everybody what was going on. It was on a Sunday night. They were moving to a new location in downtown Cedar Falls, and had all the staff in there at her home. And later that evening, I called my daughter and I said, "How did the meeting go?" And she says, "Mom, she started crying." And I said, "Kinsey, you need to realize that was her baby. She started out with a stove, an oven in the basement of her home. And now you see Scratch Cupcakery all over.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, a staple in several communities. So sometimes we have to work with the owners, the small business, or the management to understand that you need to step away, and some of the data and information we're giving you puts it in a different perspective. We need to get the emotion out of it. And that kind of goes with the same way with marketing. A lot of people will say, okay, they see a billboard, so therefore they're selling. Well, you're thinking that because you see the billboard, so you think everybody else is seeing the billboard. That may not necessarily be true. Now, is there anything wrong with a billboard? No, please don't take it that way. But you just need to understand that a billboard is a brand, and it's not a lead generator.
Yeah,
So-
like you can't get exact numbers based off of it.
Not unless you go put geo-tracking on it, which you can do.
Which it has benefits. Like, I mean, I think of Apple, the amount of times that I drive by and I see a billboard and I instantly think, oh, hey, that's Apple. Like, I don't even have to read it to know it's Apple.
But did you buy something off of it?
That's the thing is, I was just about to say is that, like, it gets that conversation like, I haven't had AirPods. My AirPods, I lost them. Maybe I should go buy. And it, like, starts that conversation, but then we can target it when they actually start.
Mm-hmm. When they
doing
actually
that
walk through the
research.
door and they actually purchased it.
Yeah.
And then go back and retarget them, because we're going to have a new pair of AirPods
Mm-hmm.
in 6 months, and we're going to have them want them to buy it. So we need to retarget it back. So it's a constant motion and understanding how it flows, and then taking the data and making sure you're hitting the right market.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So what are some of these products that we got offered here? I mean, the obvious one is web design. The websites are crazy good here. Everyone is very individual.
And you never see one the same, do you?
Yeah, they're very individual from one to the next, which...
And then you found something. You want to tell us about, I gave you a project to do and what happened?
So I'm researching different dentist offices and pediatric dentists around the state for things that we're doing here in our office. And I'm looking up websites and addresses and locations and stuff. And there was 3 different dental offices around the state that weren't, for the most part, weren't anywhere near each other.
And they weren't related.
That had exactly, and I mean exactly the same website, like same stock photos, same design, same colors, same layout, same
content.
menu bars. Everything was the same. It was like the logo was different and the phone number was different, was basically it.
Yeah.
And so that's not happening here.
And I guarantee you each one of those paid full price for it. And they don't realize how, we'll have companies say, well, are you a niche market for dental or whatever? No, we are not a digital marketing company that does specific ones, because that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
They become very complacent, and they just give you 2, 3, 4 templates and say, you either use this or too bad. Yeah. There's not going to be any editing on it. And then you come to find out that there's 2 other locations that have the exact same template.
Yeah, and
well, there's probably even more.
Like you talk about the niche of, like, we don't do just dental clinics and stuff, which is kind of cool about Buster's Bash too, bringing it kind of back there too. But all of, like, the clients that are our clients that are going to be there, they all are our clients. Like, they're different ones, like the donut truck. We have the fairgrounds. We have the fence company. We have linking families. Like, all of them we've worked with, and they're all so different. Mm-hmm. So we're pretty unique in the fact that we're not specific with just dental or just childcare or just whatever it is. And
Marketing is marketing. No matter what business it is, marketing is marketing. And there are things that are go across all types of businesses out there. So it's identifying the marketing that you need, the service you need, and then drilling it down to tell your individual story out there. You don't have to be a company that just specializes in one type of product or service.
So that brings me to the next bullet point on my list here is digital ads and social marketing. I don't know why I didn't think that was going to be such a big deal, but every time you open up social media and you scroll a couple, boom, advertisement, scroll a little bit, boom, advertisement. And it wasn't until I saw the effects of how well it actually worked on my own social media from things that we were pushing through digital advertising. And it's like, well, this actually works really good. I didn't realize how impactful this actually was. Some of it also comes from the fact where it's like, well, I'll give Facebook $10 and have them spread it out over a month or something. It's like, well, that doesn't do you any good.
No.
You're gonna have 3 people a day see it, and
Yeah.
that's something I really didn't realize, and then when you compare it to how much it costs for marketing in this capacity on paper or in any other way, it's really not that much more expensive.
No, it's not. And you can track it.
Oh yeah.
So that's the other thing where print, unless you have a call to action, you can't track how it looked or whatever. So, but is there a place for print? Yes, there is a place for the newspaper. There is a place for print. There is a place for brochures. There's a place for radio ads. There's a place for all of that. But again, it's going back to what do you need? How do you need it? And how are you going to present it to tell your story? So it's a full package there of understanding much more than just the individual marketing channel that you're going through.
And there's a visual component too, because if it doesn't look good, it's got to match your brand. It's got to be visually appealing to somebody that they want to look deeper into it. So from that, the graphic design standpoint of what, I do a lot of, and it's got to look good.
Yeah.
To me, I have a hard time, I'll give menus, for example, like going to restaurants and try to look at their menu, and I have a hard time sometimes with some places because I'm like, you definitely didn't put that much time
or
into
effort
it. Or,
and then I wonder how your food's going to be.
Yeah. And it all pays out, it all kind of spirals down for me. I look at the design side. Obviously, other people look at whether it's kind of the same as are your floors clean in the restaurant? And it sounds stupid, but if your floor's not clean, do you take the time to clean your stove? Do you it all kind of spirals in terms of where people go with their mind, and so it kind of design stuff,
Exactly.
Print or digital, it all
flows together, and it all has to work together. And you're bringing up a really good point. It used to be that how your store looked from the outside, your brick and mortar store, your signage, whether you clean your front of your office, your windows are clean, your office is clean when you went in there. That was your storefront. Today, digital is your storefront. So how you look digitally is so important. If you don't look good, if your reviews aren't good, if your information isn't out there good, if I can't find you right away, and I mean right away, you got seconds to be located out there because of the mindset of what we have, they're not going to find you.
Well, even the website design. I mean, I've had a couple of when our clients, some of them are clients, but that I went on their website and the website was awful.
Yeah.
Just putting it blatantly, it was awful. And I didn't want to trust, I didn't think I could trust buying something off of there or even contacting them because they didn't put the time in to care about their website.
Right.
What makes them think, how am I supposed to trust them on that, personal level too?
Mm-hmm. And that brings up a really good point. What's the average age in our office? Under 30?
Yeah, for sure.
So we're talking about the generation that's your current and future market. And how many times do we have a new client and we're in a team meeting and we pull up the website and everybody goes, oh, there's a gasp out there. And we're going, oh, we're so glad we're here. We can help these people. out there. But that's a perfect example on it. It's your first opinion. And so your brick and mortar store today is not only the building that you're in and working your business in, whether it's your home or whatever, but it is also, more important, the digital world.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like the websites, that's like your digital home, your social media presence, that's your
It
digital
is.
home. Like you said, if you can't find this stuff right away, I mean, on to the next one, you know?
And just because you like how it looks, that does not mean that it's searchable. And that does not mean that anybody else is going to find it. And perfect one is social media, when you put all this text all over all these photos. People don't realize that nobody can find it. The only people that are going to be able to see it are the ones that are actually on your Facebook page all the time, and not your next new client, because they don't realize that Google cannot search a photo. So you can put all the text on there you want, but Google only sees a photo. And so it can't put any information out there, and it can't bring you back in, somebody new finding you and learning about you, which is why you're doing the social media. Yes, you want to or your website and all the marketing on there. You want your current clients or customers or patients or whoever it may be to find you and know what's going on, but you're also looking for the next new customer.
I mean, that brings up kind of our next topic, which is photos, video, and I'm just going to lump graphic design in there. That also includes photo editing and video editing as well. So,
as a podcast, as an example.
Yep.
And we actually produce videos for clients too.
Absolutely. I mean, you've heard Caleb chime in a couple times from the producer desk here. He does a lot of podcast work here. I think about that One Vision video that you guys made recently. I mean, that was something, when I watched it, I was just blown away. And it's like, well, of course these guys can do this. This is amazing. Like it took you guys a while to do it, but it's like you had to go set the thing up, and you do all of this networking and event planning to get all these things done too. It's not like you just show up with the camera and you go, click, done. That's the fact that you connect with the people, I think is one of the greatest things about what you guys are doing here.
We're a whole package.
Yeah, you spend the time with every client. It's
we're like your ideal mate. Like
there you go.
The perfect package.
You guys are going to a whole nother level right now.
Well, I just think about like when you guys make websites, it's not like you're just like, all right, we got the information on there, it's done, we published it. You bring the people in and review it page by page and make sure every single thing is exactly the way they want it, because why shouldn't it be? And to be able to offer these services, like in this area, there's nobody else offering podcasting as a service. There's a few around the state, but they're a long ways away from where we're at, like a long way. And I'm not driving.
Even on the quality of what they do.
Oh, that's another. I did a lot of deep diving into that. We do have basically the most state of the art podcasting stuff it's like industry standard. So it's pretty mind blowing that that's like right here in Fort Dodge, and it's offered to people. They can just come right in and do it. So, I mean, that comes down to, we can do other audio recordings, not just podcasting. So if anybody needs anything audio recorded for anything, that's here as well. Video recording, Mack's doing some of that too. I think you have some other people on the outside that can help us out if they need to go a different direction with it.
That's the networking part.
Oh, it's so beautiful
on there, because there is so many things out there that you can bring into your marketing. You have to be able to have a quality network. So we vet anybody that we bring in. If we recommend somebody, I guarantee you that it is going to be top notch, because that's our reputation on the line as well.
Yeah.
And it's generally people that we've worked with in the past too. So if we had a good experience, then we pass them on to people that we know that we want them to be able to trust us, and we want them to be able to trust this other person or business or whatever. So we definitely, we vet them, but they also work with us, and they have worked with us at some point. So
and they came back the second time.
They liked working with us.
Yes, they liked working with us. The return.
So we do offer quite a few things, and it's mind blowing. You guys are so professional at everything, and it's nice to be included and part of the team here. Just watching you guys do the things you do, I'm blown away every single time, and that's not hyperbole. That's for real. Because I can take pictures, they don't look as good as your guys's. I can build websites, they don't look as good as yours. So you have professionals in house that are doing all this stuff, and better than me, the average Joe, can do it. Which that's what the beauty of all this is. And I mean, you guys are constantly adding new services and products and just, oh, we can do that for you. You know, you don't know you can do something until somebody says, do you have we need something like this. It's like, well, yeah, we can do that.
And figure out, because we have a lot of the other resources that go with it. We just need to plan it and organize it for you and implement those on there. So sometimes it's things that we didn't even think we could do or hadn't reached out to, but you brought it to us and proposed it to us, and we're able to come up with it.
Good example of that is the live podcast.
Yes.
This
2 days to put it together.
Yeah, 2 days to put it together. Caleb did a great job on that one. You helped with all the planning on that. We got involved with a couple other companies to make everything work out well, and it went off without a hitch, honestly. But that's, again, like, Caleb's done live sound before too, not here, but he's done it before in his personal life. So, and I have as well, and I've done podcasting, and so has he. So when you combine all that together, it's like, yeah, we can pull this off. So we took a day to test everything out, and
that was it.
Yep.
We spent the time testing and putting it together, and then going and duplicating it on a live area.
Yeah, and it was great. Caleb just got done editing everything recently for that podcast episode. It sounds great. Like, I was so happy with how it all went down when it was done. I was just like, this is beautiful, and it's basically my first project I've been included on here in full, other than this podcast. So it was really nice to be included in that. So I don't know, it's just so fun to see what you guys are doing and be a part of it.
And it is a team. Everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses, but because we are very have a team that has different strengths and weaknesses, we're able to pull a lot of stuff together in a real short period of time, high quality stuff, and everybody's got everybody's back. And that's how, with the live streaming or the live one that we did, the podcast, it was adding podcast, and then it was adding other staff to come in and just be there to help and be the gopher even on it. But we had enough people to be able to take care of it. And again, it was only 2 days that we had time to get everything done.
Absolutely. So I do want to bring us full circle all the way back around to Buster's Bash one more time. Thursday, June 13th, 2024, 4 to 7 p.m.
At our address.
At the address, which is 10 North 10th Street.
Right.
Fort Dodge, Iowa. So
in beautiful, historic downtown Fort Dodge. Well, it is.
It does look really nice,
your,
though.
Advertisement plugins.
Yeah, my plugin, Main Street, Fort Dodge. I was on that board for several years, and and of course the Greater Fort Dodge Growth Alliance and the ambassadors will be here for ribbon cutting, and Buster will be here. And I guess now that we've kept them on, that was a tease. We've kept them on till the end of the podcast to explain what Buster's all about.
Oh, yes.
All right. What's the deal with Buster?
Well, we are in now, come on, guys. We are here to bulldog to get you online. And this all came about by something, again, in my past life where I didn't realize it, but 10 years after I left a company, was working with another company here with them through Spin Market. Some of the management had worked with me before, and they informed me that in my prior life, I was known as the bulldog because I was the one that pushed and pushed and pushed upper management, my direct reports, to do things in communities or projects or whatever we were doing to get it done. And so I was called the bulldog. Didn't know this. Nobody never told me this for 10 years. And then Mackenzie goes and finds a bulldog, a statue. Here we go. And so, that's our mascot. So
and now we have like 4 around the office.
we have the golden boy. We have the decorated one that's Buster that's all ready for the 13th. And, that's where it's at. We are bulldogs to make sure that you get online and found online. And we push and push and hit all the correct buttons to make sure that you are online.
If you guys are curious about any of this stuff, again, Thursday, June 13th, 2024, from 4 till 7 p.m.
It's free.
It is free. 10 North 10th Street, Fort Dodge. It's going to be easy to find. Drive down.
Because there's going to be people, there's going to be music, there's going to be the whole area blocked off. Yeah.
If you're driving down Central Avenue, you can't miss it.
Yeah. Turn when you hear the music. We're getting real close to the end of this podcast episode, but I'm going to combine these last two questions because they're basically the same question. Do you have any favorite products that you offer here at Spin, or products that you feel like might be underutilized or small businesses might not even know that are like a decent, viable option for them?
Probably the one that just started providing in January is our Universal Business Hub, which every business has. It has 5 things in that, and you can really run your business with reputation management, so you track reviews. It has a CRM, your customer relation management, so you're able to put all your current and future clients, patients, customers, whatever in there, as well as collect it off your website. Has a live AI chat box on there that scrubs your website and your Google business profile and your social media to answer questions. So if you type in a question, if somebody's on your website, types in a question, it scrubs everything to find the answer and answers it back for you. Mm-hmm. It's something that most chat box don't do. Well, yeah, there's only a few that do that with the new AI, and also has with the customer relation. You can do social media with it. Keeps all your social media in one spot. So you get your LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all of those Google business profile are all in one location. So you can track that. You can do your post from there. I mean, everything is in one spot. And that's probably one of the biggest products that we've ever, as a SaaS, software as a service company, have ever been able to offer our clients at a price point that really you couldn't pay somebody a month, hire somebody a month to do everything that this does.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just think about if you had to manually get all that data and then compile it for someone.
And they have a dashboard that you can look at.
Yeah, it's right there.
Real time.
Yep. Oh, man.
It. So that's probably one of our biggest one, and it's under $300 a month. And if you figure,
crazy.
So that would be having an employee basically 8 to 10 hours a month doing all of that.
You wouldn't be able to scrub one data source, let alone all of them.
All of them on there. So, and a dashboard that's real time that tracks everything. It's a great product. And I'll be at one of our vendors here at the end of August, going through and learning some more products and services that we'll be bringing in too.
That's awesome. We're basically down to the last question. I've asked everyone this. Do you have name a time in your life when like marketing impacted you and maybe you didn't even know it was happening? You know, I mean, that's kind of redundant to ask it that way because you would have noticed it. But
I think the big thing that I've noticed just recently, within the last 30 days, I challenge anybody to be watching any kind of TV, radio, and start watching all the older businesses that are now changing their footprint out there. I have seen more commercials, more ads, more print, more digital from companies that have never marketed before.
Mm-hmm. And maybe didn't need to.
Exactly.
You know, but
just
now,
because you're older, just because you're established does not mean that you shouldn't be marketing. And I am seeing that. I just saw, I can't even give you an example of it. It's just, I really become aware at some of the companies that I've never really seen aggressively doing marketing. And a lot of it's on streaming. Of course, when you're watching a streaming one, totally different advertisement on streaming than you see on a conventional TV commercial. But be cognizant of that because you're going to see a lot of changes, companies really looking at moving and rebranding themselves to a whole nother generation.
Absolutely. All right. This has been the episode. I'm going to say it one more time. Buster's Bash, Thursday, June 13th, 2024, 4 to 7 p.m. That's 10 North 10th Street in Fort Dodge, Iowa.
Family friendly.
Free.
Music, free. Food.
All sorts of events.
Now, the food may not be free.
But, that's understandable.
You know. I mean,
I'm still getting donuts either way.
Yeah, there you go. You're going to get, we got Miss
It's
Casey.
free admission, and then beyond that, if you want to buy food, that's on you.
Yeah, that's it. But otherwise, all the activities and everything are free, and everybody's just really anxious to have fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. Thanks for joining us, Cheryl.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
This podcast is produced by Spin Market and Digital.
Located in Fort Dodge, Iowa, Spin Market's highly skilled team can help you increase your market by updating your website, improving SEO, designing advertisements, and producing podcasts that will grab the attention of your market.
Contact Spin Market today for all your digital marketing needs at digitalagent@spinmarketwith2ks.com or call us at 515-302-8026. And to learn more, visit our website at www.spinmarketwith2ks.com.
That's digitalagent@spinmarket.com or 515-302-8026 or visit our website www.spinmarketwith2ks.com.